Here's your wrestling news for September 24th, 2022. And we're kicking off today with SmackDown, as the war between Drew McIntyre and Karrion Kross was in full effect this week. After weeks of being tormented by the former NXT champion, McIntyre challenged Kross to a strap match at Extreme Rules, and the match has been made official. While McIntyre seemed to be squashing Kross when they came to blows, things quickly changed when Scarlett stepped in, and it was Kross who locked in a sleeper on the ex-WWE champion. Kross vs. McIntyre at Extreme Rules will be a physical match, but the big question WWE has to answer is who needs the win more. A big win for Kross is practically essential given that he only just returned and is rumored to be facing Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship at Survivor Series. On the other hand, McIntyre also needs a big win, as after coming up short at Clash at the Castle, the latest of a series of setbacks for him, he could do with a victory. Ultimately, it seems like Kross needs the win more if the plan is for him to face Roman Reigns at Survivor Series, so it wouldn't be surprising to see him walk out of Extreme Rules as the victor. SmackDown also saw Sami Zayn's storyline with the Bloodline continue, arguably the best thing in WWE today. There was a tense moment on SmackDown this week when he acknowledged Roman Reigns, only for the reigning undisputed WWE Universal Champion to question what he was doing there. When Reigns demanded Sami remove his shirt, which was ripped off him by Jey Uso, it seemed his time with the group was over, but in a twist, Reigns revealed that Zayn was officially the honorary Uso. Solo Sikoa, on the other hand, became the enforcer of the Bloodline, his new role, confirming that he'll be sticking on SmackDown moving forward. The crowd loves Sami Zayn and the storyline, as shown by the response to Zayn being possibly kicked out of the group, and it's just a matter of time before he turns face in what will be one of the biggest moments of 2022. Now, for over a week, WWE has teased something that fans have deemed the White Rabbit due to the use of the song by Jefferson Airplane. These bizarre segments that have happened at WWE live events and off-camera have had fans believing it is the return of Bray Wyatt, and now the man himself has added more fuel to that speculation. Prior to last night's SmackDown, Wyatt liked a 2019 tweet by the late Brodie Lee reading, "Tomorrow there will be more of us." Wyatt didn't return to SmackDown as some had hoped, but the YouTube channel ES News did post a video of Wyatt working out in a ring, and he looks to be in great shape ahead of his rumored return. At this point, it seems to be just a matter of time before Wyatt is back in a WWE ring, and we'll have to keep following the White Rabbit, no matter where it takes fans next. Earlier this month, Malakai Black left AEW after having his initial request to be let go denied. After asking again, Black was granted a conditional release from the promotion, but he's not the only wrestler who's wanting out. According to Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer reported that besides Black, there were other AEW stars who recently asked for the releases, but it was not named who exactly. It was also not stated why exactly these other wrestlers asked to be let go, though we imagine that the recent issues within the company, as well as some talent struggling to get TV time, played a factor. In the past, Tony Khan said he opposed the idea of releasing talent like WWE, saying he'd opt to just let contracts naturally expire. AEW has lost multiple names over 2022, most notably Black and Cody Rhodes, and it remains to be seen who else could be out of the promotion very soon. At one point, it was reported that Black had plans for a lengthy hiatus, if not permanent hiatus from wrestling, but that no longer appears to be the case. Instead, Black recently competed at an indie event, and there have been rumors that he has been gunning for a WWE return for some time. In The Observer, it was noted that WWE has spoken to Black, but the big news is that they spoke to him while he was under contract with AEW. We can't say for certain that whatever Black and WWE's representative discussed led to him asking for his release, but it's certainly notable how things have lined up. As if that's not enough, The Observer adds that WWE has also spoken to other AEW talents, including people who are still under contract. In a talent-wide meeting last month, Tony Khan and Chris Jericho spoke about the danger of contract tampering, but it seems some stars in AEW can't resist the temptation of hearing what WWE is offering. WWE spoke to several wrestlers in AEW, and we now know some of the names that the promotion has sent feelers to. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful notes that in addition to Black, WWE tried to gauge whether Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood were interested in a WWE return, despite them having a long time left on their AEW contracts. Sapp also notes that WWE had made numerous efforts to re-sign FTR under the Vince McMahon regime, but they ultimately decided to join AEW. FTR aren't the only ones on WWE's radar though, as Swerve Strickland was also contacted by WWE, presumably for him to return as part of Hit Row. The report added that a name from AEW who had been with the company since the start was reached out to by WWE in August, so the next few months could see a lot of changes to the rosters of both companies. One name who plans on staying with AEW for the long term is Chris Jericho, who captured the Ring of Honor World Championship this week. Jericho has been with the company since day one and has seen a lot go down, including the recent controversy related to CM Punk. Speaking to GQ magazine, Jericho addressed the recent issues within AEW and believes that the bad days are in the past. Without getting into specifics, it happens all the time. That's one of the things about being around as long as I have. You just recalibrate and you focus on the positives. We're not going to miss a beat. We're going to go on and become bigger and better and stronger than ever. With CM Punk's future with AEW unclear and the Elite serving suspensions, this is now a golden opportunity for some of AEW's younger, newer stars to step up. There's still no word on when AEW's top names will be back, but the company is going strong without them, and if Jericho is right, this rough period is over, at least for the time being. For over 2 years, Roman Reigns has dominated the WWE as world champion, ruling over his kingdom with an iron fist. The Tribal Chief unified the WWE and Universal Championships at WrestleMania and has dispatched of all comers since then, but there will be a time when he will lose the gold. Speaking to NBC Sports Boston recently, WWE superstar Ricochet gave his prediction as to who will be the one, and while he didn't put himself forward, Ricochet's choice is a lot more electrifying. The Rock, just the best in the world. Who else is it gonna be, you know what I mean? The Rock is just, I don't even know what to say. What can you say? He can do anything he wants to. Ricochet's comments are certainly interesting, as while rumors have suggested a Rock vs. Reigns match for WrestleMania 39 next year, this is the first occurrence of a current-day superstar other than Reigns speaking about the match as if it's a guarantee. The Rock has cleared the first quarter of his 2023 movie filming schedule, leading to more speculation that he will be stepping in the ring with his cousin, but whether the Great One will be the next undisputed WWE Universal Champion, only time can tell. In August, Kurt Angle returned to Monday Night Raw in Pittsburgh and seemed to have a blast in front of the WWE Universe again. Kurt was part of a segment involving both the Alpha Academy and the Street Profits, but there could be something even bigger in the works. During an appearance on the Racing Show, the Olympic gold medalist was asked about signing with AEW and said he wouldn't forge a deal with Tony Khan as it would interfere with his current WWE contract. Given that Kurt was part of the 2020 releases, it's unclear exactly what deal he has, but he added that he's been talking about maybe doing something at WrestleMania. Fans have forgotten that Angle's last match came back at WrestleMania 35 with a loss to Baron Corbin, an opponent that many felt was the wrong call for the Olympian's departure from the ring. Whether Kurt wrestles at next year's event, just makes an appearance, or doesn't show up at all, only time can tell for sure. But there's something going on big enough to keep the former WWE World Champion away from AEW. We've certainly heard a lot as of late about wrestlers returning to the ring, as it's not just Kurt who is expected to lace up his boots again. It was reported last week that Ricky Steamboat will compete for the first time in 12 years this November, and Ric Flair recently commented that hearing Steamboat's news makes him want to wrestle again. Now, Hacksaw Jim Duggan has weighed in about his own career, but don't count on him running the ropes. Speaking to Wrestling Inc., Duggan refused the idea of having one more match, joking that he's lucky he doesn't pull a hamstring getting off the couch. The first ever Royal Rumble winner recently completed a much more serious battle as he defeated cancer for the second time in August, so we can't exactly blame Hacksaw for taking it easy, despite what other legends are saying. Over to AEW now, and part of what makes MJF work is how he refuses to break character even when far away from the ring. Many fans have been on the receiving end of MJF's scathing barbs online as he's no fan of theirs. While speaking to Brandon Walker on Wrestling, MJF trashed wrestling Twitter, calling them out by saying, "My problem with wrestling Twitter is it's not real life. You guys will put people over on there that are garbage at wrestling, aren't good at talking, are good at nothing. But they post funny videos online and you're like, That's the guy, someone sign him. It's stupid. Then there's the other flip side. You need to be watching NJPW, CMLL, because this guy. You guys are watching clips and being like, this guy's one of the top 10 wrestlers in the world. They are not. Despite his comments about fans, many people in the AEW audience can't help but love to hate MJF. MJF's future looks to only get better from here. And we're ending today with more news from SmackDown and the continuation on the road to Crown Jewel, but things didn't end when the show had finished. In a dark match main event, Intercontinental Champion Gunther and his subordinates Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci took on the trio of the Street Profits and Shinsuke Nakamura. Gunther teased a confrontation with Nakamura early in the bout, but he ultimately decided to tag himself out. After an intense back and forth, it was Nakamura who got the win, hitting a Kinshasa on Ludwig Kaiser and pinning him for the victory. This certainly won't please the leader of Imperium, who'll no doubt have some form of punishment for Kaiser and Vinci after this dark match defeat. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.